This is television for the Isles of Scilly, brought to you with Worldwide Financial Planning, Truro and Penwith College, and the Scilly Lottery. From Radio Scilly, this is scillytv.com. Over the next few months, Radio Scilly with Kia Construction will keep you updated with the new school build plans. The work on the £14 million project for a brand new school for secondary and primary pupils on St Mary's and community facilities is well underway. Steve Rosewell of Kia Construction takes us on a guided tour of the offices, the nerve centre, where it all happens.
Well, we've got a whole range of facilities. We've got, in the setup we've got here, we've got a number of offices for our site staff, our secretarial facility, a meeting room with a video conference facility. We're connected to the broadband for emails and for internet access and so on. And these are the type of sort of facilities that we need in order to communicate with our supply chain, our subcontractors, suppliers, and obviously here with the carriers bringing the materials in. So this is very much what we would have on any particular project. Unique in some respects is the fact that we've got the video conference, but the quality of the accommodation you've got here is very much what we have on any of our projects, and I think it's one of the aspects that people not involved in the industry actually don't appreciate, that before we can actually do any work on site, we've got to establish these facilities on site. And it's not just the offices, we've got welfare facilities in terms of toilets and showers for the operatives, canteen facilities that provide a means to heat food and so on, and a drying room facility that provides a means for them for those operatives to dry their clothes, which I'm sure is going to be well used during the winter months here. Certainly upstairs, which are more the sort of, I suppose, putting it bluntly, the people who are less likely to go out on site on a regular basis. Downstairs we've got an office which is the sort of the working office, which is a little bit more perhaps dirty and a little bit more congested, but nonetheless our offices are regularly cleaned by a cleaner, as any office would be, irrespective of whether it was a construction site office or a normal office. So we've got lights that switch off automatically, so it's got everything that you'd expect in a normal office, in a normal work situation. We've got two canteen facilities here, because what we've established is what we need for the entire project, not just what we need now. But within any particular canteen, we'll have a hydroboil that provides instantaneous hot water, a microwave and a fridge, and the means to wash plates and cutlery and so on. But we are also need to ensure that the guys are informed and kept up to date with regard to what's going on site. So we've got, site layout plans of the logistics, traffic routes, pedestrian routes and so on for our site operatives, some health and safety notifications. Occupational health is now very much a sort of important aspect, vibration, white finger, asbestosis and all those type of things is a really important consideration now, and so we inform them, the guys about that. And we will have other sort of notification in terms of areas that are, where they have to wear their safety helmets and wear sort of protective equipment. And then we have our sort of safety notice board here that provides more information about the particular project. A shower facility, which we've started to introduce on a number of our projects. Because each of our projects signs up to what's called the Considerate Constructor scheme, and showers are seen as going that extra mile in terms of providing an on-site facility for the contractors to use. So they're not going home messy and mucky. They've got an opportunity to wash and shower if they wish to. And then behind here, hopefully, is a relatively clean drying room, which if you could feel the warmth, is warm in here to dry operatives' equipment. So, when they finish of an evening, hopefully by the time they come in the morning, their protective equipment will all be dry, and they can start work then comfortable again. The other aspect that which is fairly unique to this project, rather than what we would do on the mainland, we've created a number of footpaths, and indeed even the temporary footpath that we've provided as a revised route to the school. We've used this trackway matting. Stone aggregate is very expensive to import to the mainland, so this provides a more suitable and indeed recycled rubber and plastic is a more cost-effective solution for this particular site. This will be returned to the manufacturer on completion on a sale and return basis, so it'll go back and be reused by another site in another part of the country. The cabins themselves are fire rated, as well as being sort of fairly high security proof as well. We've got shutters that can be locked from the inside that provide a secure means for those for the offices of an evening. Health and safety is very much an important aspect, and indeed is the number one consideration for any of our projects. Here you'll see a few examples of some of the signage and information that we provide to subcontractors. We've got a safety notice board that provides any individual as they first come onto site with a lot of information about the arrangements on this particular project. We also keep a sort of scoreboard of how the operatives or each of the subcontractors are performing in terms of how they're performing in safety, housekeeping, in terms of training and their attitude to health and safety. So it just creates a little bit of inter-company sort of competition. And we also we need to provide feedback, so we have some boards here that sort of talk about suggestions that the subcontractors and operatives may have made and what we've done to overcome it. And we also do try to recognise the good practice and show and demonstrate that good practice to other contractors. So we're always trying to improve and continuously improve our health and safety performance and management. This is just sort of one of the examples of some of the sort of notice boards and newsletters that we've got in place in and around the site. There's a similar one of these down at the quay, and there's another one to be positioned on the other side of the site nearer to Carnguavor School. Within it there's an opportunity to put a newsletter which will be regularly updated, probably weekly or fortnightly, just to inform the community about what stage we're at of the project, what's going to happen in the next 2 or 3 weeks, and so on. Any particular sort of key issues or anything that might be of interest. So it's about keeping people informed. We're also going to be doing a sort of a 2-monthly newsletter which will be circulated to the local community, be available at the town hall and at the school for anybody to pick up. As well as that, there is we've already got in place feedback forms for any complaints and observations that are being made by members of the public, which are available at the town hall, and then that information is fed back to us, so we then respond to any particular issues. So this will be an office that Mike Sams, Fred French and Steve Payne, our engineer, occupy. Nick here is over today with myself. He's a QS based in our Plymouth office, so he's just using one of the internet access links that we've got down here. But again, our site staff have got access to emails and internet, so there aren't very many of our staff that haven't got laptops now. This banner was provided by the school children prior to the summer break. All the children have done sort of created this banner, and so we thought we'd have it as pride of place in our meeting room. To others to sort of provide some good information that they can then use.